On a tranquil Sunday afternoon, the sun filtered through the curtains in a way that seemed almost magical, casting a gentle glow, while the world outside lingered in a serene stillness, as if time itself had paused to take a breath. As I completed the task of watering the plants on the windowsill, I marveled at the resilience of those green companions that had somehow thrived despite my years of neglect. In the quiet of the house, a stillness enveloped the air, broken only by the gentle hum of the refrigerator. It was a sound that mingled with the occasional creak of the old floorboards beneath my bare feet, each step echoing the stories held within those walls. As I nestled into my beloved reading chair, a cherished companion with its edges slightly worn from countless moments of comfort, a sudden knock echoed through the stillness, drawing my attention to the door. It was a gentle tap, barely breaking the silence, a hesitant knock that seemed to hold a whisper of uncertainty. As I went about my day, a sudden knock at the door caught me off guard. I hadn't been anticipating any visitors, and so I imagined it might be a friendly face from the neighborhood, perhaps a delivery person with a package waiting for my signature. As I turned the handle and pushed the door ajar, there stood Michael, the son of my neighbor, waiting just beyond the threshold. There he stood, clad in a well-worn hoodie and jeans that whispered tales of countless adventures. His fingers danced nervously, clutching a notebook tightly against his side, as if it held the secrets of his heart. It had been quite some time since our paths had crossed, ever since he returned from college to embrace the warmth of summer. In a world bustling with noise and chatter, there existed a boy, ever so polite yet wrapped in a shroud of quietude. He was the sort who would lower his gaze, a gentle spirit who uttered ma'am with unwavering respect, even when the world around him urged him to let go of such formalities. "Greetings, Mrs. Parker," he uttered, his shy brown eyes lifting to meet mine. With a gentle curve of my lips, I found myself smiling. "Ah, Karen, the time has come. You've crossed the threshold into your 20s, and with that, perhaps it's time to bid farewell to the title of Mrs." That brought a faint smile to his lips, and he gave a small nod in response. "Indeed, Karen. Ah, dear friend, I find myself in need of your assistance with a matter that weighs on my heart." With a gentle motion, I stepped aside, inviting him to enter. As the gentle aroma of coffee mingled with the soothing notes of lavender, a sense of calm enveloped the space, whispering softly, "Everything is okay." With a moment of hesitation at the threshold, he finally crossed the threshold and cast his gaze about, as if he were stepping into a grand museum filled with wonders. "Indeed, I simply..." In that moment, I hesitated, not wanting to disturb my mother. As she diligently goes about her tasks, a memory stirs within me, of a time when you stood before eager minds, sharing the wonders of knowledge as a teacher. With a gentle hand, I guided him to the heart of the home, the kitchen. There, I filled a glass with chilled iced tea, its coolness a refreshing embrace. Taking my seat across from him at the table, we were enveloped in a moment of shared stillness. With a gentle thud, he placed his notebook upon the table, his fingers drumming against its cover in a dance of anxious anticipation. As the warm sun of summer beckons, I find myself enrolled in a course dedicated to the art of writing, specifically English composition. In this journey, I am tasked with crafting a personal essay, a narrative that delves into the depths of something truly meaningful to me. Ah, but here I stand, at the threshold of a tale yet untold, uncertain of how to weave the first words into the fabric of my story. With each stroke of the pen, I weave tales only to watch them vanish into the ether, as if the words themselves were mere whispers in the wind. It crossed my mind that perhaps a soul like yours, one who has journeyed through the tapestry of life, might share some wisdom with me. That took me by surprise. In the quiet corners of my mind, I never envisioned myself as a beacon of wisdom for others. In the quietude of my retirement, with the weight of widowhood upon my heart, I found solace in the gentle whispers of my plants and the cheerful exchanges with the young checkout girl at the market. Yet, there was a quality in his voice, an uncertainty mingled with sincerity, that stirred within me a feeling I had long thought lost to time. A call for something essential, a whisper of necessity in the air. With a soft voice, I leaned in closer and spoke, "All right. Share with me the tales you have woven thus far." With a gentle flick of his wrist, he opened the notebook, revealing a tapestry of crossed-out lines and scattered thoughts that danced across the pages. In the shadows of his memories, there lingered fragments of a father who had departed, whispers of inadequacy that haunted his thoughts, and a deep-seated fear that kept his true feelings locked away from the world. With rapt attention, I absorbed every word. And for a time, he simply shared his words. As the dialogue flowed, it gracefully transitioned from the familiar realm of his class to uncharted territories, revealing secrets I never anticipated he would entrust to me. In the quiet corners of his memory, he often recalled the profound sense of isolation that had enveloped him since those high school days. In the depths of his heart, he carried a heavy sense of disconnection, as if he wandered through life like a ghost, never truly finding a place to call his own, not even among those he considered friends. As he wove his words, I discovered a new way to see him. Not as the awkward teenager I once waved to from across the fence, but as a soul gradually unveiling the layers of his heart, embracing the beauty of vulnerability. Though his voice flowed with unwavering calm, a subtle tremor danced in his hands as he turned the page, revealing the next chapter of his tale. In a moment that felt both fleeting and profound, I instinctively extended my hand, allowing it to rest gently upon his, if only for the briefest of seconds. In a moment that spoke volumes, a gentle gesture emerged, wrapping around the heart like a warm embrace, offering solace in times of need. Perhaps even more than that. He gazed at me, his eyes brimming with a blend of gratitude and bewilderment. In that moment, a profound realization washed over me, for it had been ages since anyone had gazed upon me with such depth, as if I possessed a treasure within, something truly worth cherishing. She was more than a neighbor, more than an older woman skilled in the art of pie-making or the keeper of birthdays. She was a thread woven into the fabric of the community, a presence that brought warmth and connection to all who crossed her path. Yet, a soul. Once upon a time, there existed a soul. In that moment, the room held its breath, enveloped in a gentle hush. A moment hangs in the air, where the gentle intake of a breath has the power to change the course of all that follows. With a gentle retreat of my hand, I allowed a smile to bloom, shattering the stillness that enveloped us. "You are not as lost as you believe," I remarked, a glimmer of hope in my voice. "The tale of your truth remains untold, waiting for the moment to unfold." With a solemn nod, he swallowed hard, the weight of the moment settling in his chest. "Where shall I start this journey?" "And so it begins," I declared, "right at this very spot. In this very moment, where truth unfolds before us." For the next hour, we wove our thoughts into words, crafting a tapestry of stories side by side. As I sat with him, I wove tales from my past, some dark and twisted, yet each one a thread of truth in the tapestry of my life. As he sat there, his ears attuned to every word, I could witness the spark of confidence igniting within him with each sentence he crafted. It had transcended the mere confines of the assignment. It delved into the very essence of existence. In the quiet moments, a bond begins to weave itself together. As he rose to take his leave, the sun began its descent, painting the hardwood floor with a warm, golden glow. As he stood at the threshold, he cast a glance my way and uttered, "Thank you, Karen. Ah, but you see, the weight of this moment is beyond your understanding." And deep down, I sensed that this encounter was merely the beginning of many more to come. It was not merely a quest for assistance with homework, but rather a journey into the unknown, a venture into something that eluded our grasp, a mystery that awaited our discovery. And perhaps, in the grand tapestry of life, that was just as it should be. For it is often in the quietest of moments that the greatest transformations unfold, unnoticed by the world around us. They arrive with a whisper, like shadows slipping through the night. As the rain poured down, a gentle knock echoed through the air, signaling Michael's arrival once more. In the gentle embrace of a soft, steady drizzle, the world transformed, as if nature herself had woven a tapestry of scents that whispered of earth and memory. As I kindled the warm glow of a cinnamon candle in the living room, the scent swirling around me, I found myself midway through the task of folding a basket of laundry. It was then that I heard it once more, a soft knock, echoing the gentle rhythm of the last time. Yet, in this moment, a certainty washed over me, for I already knew who would emerge from the shadows. As I turned the handle and swung the door wide, there he stood before me, a figure cloaked in a hoodie, the rain's gentle caress leaving tiny beads upon his sleeves. He offered me a smile that danced with a hint of shyness. Alas, I regret not reaching out before this moment. With a gentle nod, I stepped aside and uttered, "It's fine. In this place, you will always find a warm embrace, a door that stands open just for you." As he crossed the threshold, he slipped off his shoes, a quiet ritual of arrival. His gaze swept the room, a careful survey, as if he were seeking the subtle whispers of change in the familiar surroundings. In a world bustling with chaos, there was something about him that brought a serene hush to the air, as if the very atmosphere sighed in relief at his arrival. Perhaps it was the deliberate grace of his movements, each step taken with care, or the way his gaze swept across the room, as if he were absorbing not just the furniture and walls, but the very essence of the space itself. "I brought something," he said, as he unzipped his backpack with a sense of anticipation. "Once upon a time, I felt a strong desire to share with you the essay I had crafted." He presented to me a printed copy, its edges gently curled, a testament to the journeys it had undertaken in his hands. As I settled into the embrace of the couch, I opened the pages of a book, ready to embark on a journey through its words. Once upon a time, there was a moment so exquisite, it took one's breath away. He penned a tale of our inaugural exchange, the chilled tea that graced our table, the attentive way I absorbed his words, and the narratives I unveiled. He spoke of the golden rays that streamed through my kitchen window, weaving a tapestry of warmth that made him feel as though time itself had paused, suspended in that perfect moment. Yet, what captivated my heart above all else was the raw sincerity woven into his words. He penned his thoughts on the sensation of being truly observed, genuinely observed, for the first time in what felt like an eternity. As I raised my gaze, I found him observing me intently. His expression was a tapestry of emotions, woven intricately between the threads of hope and the shadows of worry. "You possess a voice," I proclaimed, my fingers lingering upon the page. "A true gem. And oh, how it matters." With a gentle sigh, he let the tension slip away from his shoulders. Fear gripped my heart as I approached the moment of submission. Uncertainty lingered in the air, as I pondered whether it ventured into the realm of the deeply personal. "It is indeed a fine thing," I remarked. "It is the very essence that stirs the hearts of people." He nodded, a silent agreement hanging in the air, and then he settled beside me, drawing nearer than he had before. Not too close, yet near enough that I could sense the warmth of his shoulder seeping through the gap that lay between us. On the side table, the candle danced gently, its flame flickering like a whisper in the night. Outside, the rain continued its gentle descent, creating a melody that wove through the quiet moments we shared, a sound that needed no interruption. With a soft voice, he confessed, "I can't quite explain it, but there's something about you that makes me feel I can share anything." It stirred a profound feeling within my very soul. As the years unfold, a curious transformation occurs, a veil seems to descend, and those around you no longer gaze upon you as a trusted confidant, but rather as a distant figure in their lives. In the heart of the neighborhood, you transform into the sage figure, the gentle matriarch, the kind soul who greets passers-by with a warm wave from her porch. Yet, in Michael's eyes, I was not seen in that light. He beheld. Could it be me? In that moment, time seemed to stretch, hanging in the air like a delicate thread, waiting for the next word to break the silence. As I extended my hand, I softly brushed my fingers against his wrist, a delicate connection in the stillness of the moment. "It brings me joy to know that you feel this way. In this place, you are enveloped in safety." With a gentle nod, he acknowledged the moment. "In the depths of my heart, I hold a steadfast belief in you." His gaze held mine for a heartbeat longer than usual, and in that fleeting instant, I sensed a change in the air. In a manner that is safe and respectful, without crossing any lines. In the quiet corners of the mind, there lies a profound understanding, one that whispers without words, a gentle presence felt but never voiced. There lay a line before us, one we had yet to cross. Perhaps it was not a necessity, yet its existence was unmistakable. For the next hour, we delved into tales of his father, a figure who had been silent for months, and the haunting feeling he carried, as if he were but a specter wandering through the familiar halls of his own home. "Let me tell you a bit more about my husband, Gerald." Once he departed, a profound stillness enveloped our home, as if the very walls held their breath in mourning. Once upon a time, there were echoes of routines that had served their purpose, now fading into the distance, no longer needed in the unfolding tale of life. In the quiet corners of life, one discovers the art of donning casual attire, a clever disguise that shields from prying eyes and the weight of too many inquiries. "You are unlike anyone I have ever encountered," he declared. "You are not either," I responded. In a moment of shared comfort, he reclined against the couch, and I found solace as I let my head sink into the soft embrace of the cushion beside him. There we were, nestled together, side by side, as the gentle rhythm of the rain serenaded us. In that moment, a serene calm enveloped the scene, wrapping it in a gentle embrace. There's no rush to share your thoughts, nor is there a requirement to clarify anything. Only the essence of being. As he stood at the threshold, a moment of hesitation washed over him. He glanced back, curiosity flickering in his eyes, and posed a question that lingered in the air. "Do you think it's strange that we share our thoughts like this?" With a gentle shake of my head, I dismissed the thought that lingered in the air. But I believe such occurrences are indeed a rarity. With a gentle smile gracing his lips, he paused, caught in a moment of uncertainty. "May I pay another visit? Perhaps it's simply to share some time together, even if there's no task at hand that requires assistance." "Indeed," I replied with a nod. "At any moment you desire." He lingered for a moment, as if the air around him held unspoken thoughts, yet the words remained elusive, dancing just out of reach. And so he departed, the gentle patter of rain consuming the echoes of his footsteps as he faded into the shrouded embrace of the twilight. As I lingered at the door, time seemed to stretch, and I found myself lost in thought, pondering the true nature of what was unfolding before me. In a world bustling with distractions and clamor, one might ponder if, amidst the chaos, two souls could gently uncover something profound in the silent pauses that linger between them. The answer still eluded me, like a whisper carried away by the wind. Deep down, I sensed that this was merely a chapter in a much larger tale. Not in the slightest. In the days that unfolded, a surprising melody began to take shape. Every few afternoons, Michael would grace us with his presence, sometimes clutching a notebook filled with thoughts, other times arriving with nothing but the serene aura that seemed to envelop the entire room. I accepted it without a second thought. In the beginning, it was not so. It wrapped around you like a warm blanket, reminiscent of that beloved stomp on the radio, a sound you didn't know your heart was longing for until it filled the air. On a Tuesday evening, as the savory aroma of pot roast filled the kitchen, a familiar knock echoed through the air, drawing my attention. In that moment, I chose to take my time. There was no need for me to do so. As I turned the handle and pushed the door ajar, there he stood, a figure of calmness with his hands nestled in his pockets, his hair playfully tousled by the gentle breeze, and that familiar softness in his gaze that spoke volumes to my heart. He bore the marks of time upon his visage, a newfound confidence shimmering in his eyes, yet beneath it all lingered a trace of youthful doubt, evident in the gentle droop of his shoulders. "It smells delightful," he remarked as he crossed the threshold. "It was never my intention to disrupt the evening meal." "You didn't," I said, a smile dancing on my lips. "Alas, it seems I have prepared more than necessary. Gather round and take a seat. And so, you shall remain." He chose silence, letting the weight of unspoken words hang in the air. In the warmth of the kitchen, we found ourselves in a comfortable dance, with me at the stove, stirring the bubbling pot, while he leaned casually against the counter. His words flowed like a gentle stream, sharing tales of his class, the weight of his mother's job stress, and the swirling clouds of uncertainty that loomed over his future. And so I lent my ear, sharing the thoughts that came to me, though I made no claim to possess all the answers. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a gentle glow across the room, the dinner table was set with care. The atmosphere wrapped around the diners like a soft blanket, filled with warmth and a serene comfort that invited peace. Conversations were hushed, and the clinking of cutlery was the only sound, creating a tranquil symphony that lingered in the air. With a warm smile, he praised my cooking, sharing how it took him back to the cherished memories of his grandmother's kitchen from his childhood. With a chuckle, I playfully urged him to refrain from showering me with compliments. In the quiet of the kitchen, I sensed it, the roast, once a promise of savory delight, had ventured a touch too far into the realm of overdone. Once our task was complete, I brewed a pot of tea, and together we settled onto the couch, ready to share a moment of warmth and comfort. As the night deepened, the gentle serenade of crickets wove its way through the cracked window, filling the air with a soothing melody. In the soft embrace of twilight, the lights cast a gentle glow, while the candle, once vibrant and full of life, had dwindled to a mere stub, its fragrance a faint whisper of what it once was. In the stillness of the moment, we found ourselves enveloped in quietude, each sip taken with deliberate slowness. And so he began to speak, his voice a soft whisper in the stillness. In the quiet moments of reflection, a sense of uncertainty lingers, as if the path ahead is shrouded in mist, leaving one to ponder the true essence of their becoming. In a world where expectations loom large, I find myself standing at a crossroads, uncertain of the path ahead. The whispers of what others desire echo around me, yet deep within, I question whether those very desires align with my own heart's yearning. As I shifted my gaze towards him. In the grand tapestry of life, there are moments when uncertainty weaves its way into our journey. It is perfectly fine to wander through the shadows of the unknown. In the grand tapestry of life, it seems that many wear masks, playing roles in a grand performance, all the while concealing their true selves beneath the surface. His gaze met mine, a deep and searching look that seemed to pierce through the surface. In every moment, your words seemed to dance effortlessly, guiding the way with wisdom and grace. With a soft smile, I embraced the moment. Ah, my dear, that is simply the passage of time. As you journey through the landscape of inquiry, a profound truth begins to dawn upon you. Many questions, like elusive shadows, resist the comfort of tidy resolutions. With a gentle nod, he drew nearer, closing the distance between them. As fate would have it, the slightest touch of his knee grazed against mine, a fleeting moment suspended in time. Once, my heart would dance with the reckless abandon of youth, but now it flutters with a deeper resonance, a gentle reminder that I am still present in this world, still alive, still able to embrace the warmth of genuine emotion. There's a secret I've kept close to my heart, he began, his voice barely rising above a whisper. Yet, there are moments when I sense a veil between me and the world, as if I am but a shadow, not truly recognized for the essence of my being, but rather for the roles that others envision for me. The sincerity in his voice struck me with a force I had not anticipated. As I extended my hand, it found his, a simple gesture that spoke volumes, neither romantic nor contrived, but a pure expression of our shared humanity. With a gentle whisper, I acknowledged his presence. I see you, Michael. He remained steadfast, not retreating from the moment. He stood resolute, unwavering in the face of it all. He inhaled slowly, filling his lungs with the calm of the moment, each breath a gentle wave washing over him. And so it came to pass, not with a jolt or a gasp, but in a way that felt as if it were meant to be. With a gentle motion, he turned his hand over, intertwining his fingers with mine, as if weaving a bond that spoke of unspoken promises and shared moments. As our gazes intertwined, a profound silence enveloped us, stretching on for what felt like an eternity, with words lingering unspoken between us. In that moment, there existed neither fear nor confusion, only a profound sense of presence. There was a moment, a fleeting chance, when I could have turned back, slipped away into the shadows of what might have been. In the depths of my mind, I pondered the choice I had before me. Perhaps I ought to have taken that path, yet I found myself standing still, unable to move forward. For in that fleeting moment, the essence of right and wrong faded into the background. It transcended the confines of age and the weight of expectations, weaving its own narrative beyond the tales spun by others. In a world where silence often speaks louder than words, two souls discovered a profound connection, an unexpected treasure nestled within the quiet moments they shared together. He leaned in, his forehead softly brushing against mine, a tender moment suspended in time. "Karen," he whispered, "you make me feel safe, as if I can finally take a deep breath once more." As I gently closed my eyes, I allowed the moment to envelop us, wrapping around us like a tender, comforting blanket. With a warm smile, I expressed my joy, saying, "I'm glad." That is the very essence of my heart's desire, the gift I have always longed to offer you. He lingered a while longer that night, as if the stars themselves had whispered for him to remain just a bit more. After that moment, our words faded into silence. In that moment, silence enveloped them, for there was nothing left to say. As the evening settled around us, the gentle sounds of the world outside wove a tapestry of serenity, while the unspoken bond we shared resonated with a depth that words could never capture. As he rose to take his leave, the farewell that once flowed so effortlessly from his lips had transformed into something unrecognizable. He gazed at me, his eyes glowing with warmth, and softly uttered, "See you soon." And in my heart, I felt certain he would. For in that moment, whatever form it had assumed, it was clear that it was not a mere whisper of time, but something far more enduring. It was evolving into something neither of us had envisioned, yet we both held it tenderly, like a delicate secret that was not quite ready to be spoken aloud. It was a full week that drifted by before our paths crossed once more. Not because anything had shifted, but because life has a tendency to weave its path in subtle, gentle loops. In the quiet moments, I found solace in the small tasks that filled my day. I tended to the begonias, their vibrant petals reaching for the sun, folded linens with care, and meticulously rearranged the spice drawer, as if each jar held a secret waiting to be discovered. Yet, beneath the calm exterior, I discovered myself revisiting the memories of that final evening. How his fingers intertwined with mine, creating a bond that felt almost magical. Oh, how his voice danced through the air when he uttered my name. It was more than merely the caress of the words. In those fleeting moments, a vibrant pulse coursed through me, a sense of being alive, of being needed, of being truly seen. As the sun began its descent on that fateful Friday, the clock ticked toward the late afternoon hour. As I tended to the hedge under the open sky, a sound caught my attention, the unmistakable rhythm of footsteps drawing near to the gate. As I lifted my gaze, there he stood, Michael. His hands nestled in his pockets, a hint of uncertainty flickering across his face, yet the warmth in his eyes remained, a familiar beacon in the midst of doubt. "I wasn't sure if you'd be interested in seeing me," he confessed. With a gentle sweep of my hands across my apron, a smile blossomed on my face. "Indeed, I do. Step inside." As we settled onto the back porch, the sun began its descent, painting the sky with hues of gold and amber, while long shadows stretched gracefully across the lawn. On that particular day, he carried an air of difference about him, a stillness that spoke volumes, as if he were lost in the depths of his own thoughts. He paused for a moment, his gaze distant, and then spoke softly, "I'd been reflecting on the other night, on the connection between us." With a deliberate nod, I cradled a glass of water in my hands, watching as the cool droplets of condensation trickled down my fingers. "It's all right," I whispered softly, my voice a soothing balm in the midst of the storm. "There's no need for you to offer any explanations." "But I want to," he exclaimed with urgency. "I wish for this to be a journey we embark on openly, without hesitation or fear of stepping lightly." He halted for a moment, his gaze drifting down to his hands. "In your presence, I have rediscovered the essence of who I truly am, a feeling that has eluded me for many years. Do not lay a finger upon me. You see me for who I am, not merely as a bewildered child wandering through the shadows of uncertainty." "You're not a child anymore, Michael," I whispered softly, the weight of the words hanging in the air between us. He raised his gaze to the heavens. "And you are not merely a neighbor who lent a hand with homework. In the quiet moments, I catch glimpses of you, and with each passing day, my heart has woven a tapestry of care for you, deep and true." My breath hitched ever so slightly. To my surprise, he spoke those words with such clarity. And yet, as the words reached my ears, a sense of calm washed over me, leaving no room for fear or hesitation. A sense of tranquility washed over me. "Michael, the bond we share, it is genuine and profound. Yet, it is both fragile and intricate. In a realm where understanding often eludes the grasp of many, there lies a truth that remains shrouded in mystery." "I don't care what the world thinks," he declared, his voice unwavering, a calm resolve settling over him. "In the moments we share, a serene peace envelopes me, as if the world fades away and only your presence remains." In the depths of my heart, a whisper stirs, a gentle assurance that I am part of something greater, a place where my spirit finds its home. Once more, silence enveloped the space, yet this time, it carried a sense of comfort rather than unease. In a moment of reflection, it carried a sense of depth and stability. As I extended my hand, I did so with a gentle touch, free from haste or claim. It was a gesture born of profound respect and a deep understanding that transcended the moment. "I care about you too," I said, my voice carrying the weight of sincerity. "Yet, the essence of my heart lies in your journey of growth, in the unfolding of your true self, the person you are destined to become." As he took my hand in his thumb caressed mine with a tender touch, a moment suspended in time. "It seems that the journey has already begun for me." As the sun dipped below the horizon, we found ourselves in a moment where boundaries remained untouched. In that moment, it became clear that there was no need. As we gathered in our cozy spot, the sky transformed into a canvas of pink and gold hues, while a gentle breeze wafted the sweet fragrance of blooming jasmine around us. The porch light, with a soft flicker, illuminated our little haven. We shared tales of his writing, reminisced about my old travel adventures, and marveled at the strange, beautiful ways in which life weaves connections between people at the most unexpected moments. As the moment arrived for him to depart, he rose with a slow, hesitant grace, as if the very ground beneath him held him back. "I shall return," he proclaimed with a resolute glint in his eye. A smile graced my lips. "Ah, but I am aware." As he strolled along the garden path, a gentle smile graced his lips as he glanced back one last time, before he melted into the embrace of the twilight. There I lingered, time slipping away, as the final rays of sunlight danced their farewell behind the ancient trees. In that moment, a warmth enveloped me, and for the first time in what felt like ages, the shadows of solitude began to fade away. For in our discovery, regardless of the name it bore, lay a truth that was undeniably tangible. Neither dramatic nor scandalous, simply a tale of humanity. It served as a gentle reminder that, even after many years of existence, fresh chapters can still unfold in the story of life. That bond transcends the boundaries of age and the weight of expectation. It cherishes the essence of presence, the art of listening, and the courage it takes to reveal oneself, as well as the bravery required to truly witness another. It was a gift from Michael, a treasure bestowed upon me. Not a spark, but a gentle flame, whispering to me that there remained a vast ocean of emotions yet to be explored.